In today's LEGO Star Wars review, we're going to be taking a look at another custom clone trooper maker, AVFigures, and their new pad-printed animated style Phase 2 clone trooper helmets. Recently, we've taken a look at Grandpa Clone Customs and their LEGO replica Phase 2 pad-printed helmets, but AVFigures is taking a different approach here. These helmets we're looking at today are animated style Phase 2 helmets, meaning they match closer to what we see in the Clone Wars animated TV show. Most people probably won't really care about the subtle differences between animated and realistic styled helmets, especially on Phase 2 helmets. Phase 1 helmets have greater differences between the realistic style and animated style, but Phase 2 are more subtle for sure. I, for one, love the animated style Phase 2 helmets. Even outside of LEGO, I think the animated style Phase 2 helmet is cleaner and sleeker in the Star Wars universe. Now, let's set the stage here comparing the AVFigures helmet to LEGO's mold. And by the way, I'm not talking about this new helmet mold with the helmet holes, I'm talking about the good mold. LEGO's current Phase 2 helmet mold is based on the realistic style of helmet found in Star Wars media. Now, what we've seen over the past few years, even as far back as 2013, is LEGO has printed animated style visors and helmet details on realistic styled helmets. The 2020 501st Legion Clone Troopers had a realistic style helmet mold, but featured the latest version of animated style helmet and visor printing that we continue seeing today. So they're just printing both realistic and animated styles of visor on a single mold style of helmet. Now, this AVFigures helmet is strictly molded based off of the appearance of the Phase 2 helmet in the animated Clone Wars show, so we won't see a realistic visor print on this animated style of helmet, or at least I hope not. That would be super weird. So what sets this helmet apart from LEGO's current mold is primarily the tubes that run along the sides of the helmet into the front of the helmet, and the small line that runs in the mold along the top of the visor. Such a small change in detail really makes a huge difference. Now, talking more about this product, this AVFigures helmet is injection molded by AVFigures, or at least it officially comes from them. I don't know where they are sourced, but the quality of helmets are basically the same as LEGO, Clone Army Customs, and Grandpa Clone Customs. These helmets have a nice subtle shine to them, indicating to me that they are made out of a good quality ABS plastic and molded very well. These helmets feature pad printing, which is also on par with LEGO, Clone Army Customs, and Grandpa Clone Customs. As I've said before, pad printing really is the best way to go for any custom minifigures. Obviously, it's more expensive and more elaborate than UV printing, but the final product is just totally worth that effort. From a customer's perspective, of course. The pad printing on this helmet is very well applied, no blotching or mistakes in the print from what I received, and most of all, the print design is just perfect. I don't have any critiques about this helmet. I mean, the print quality is good, the design is good, the mold itself is perfect, and it has helmet holes. Another, I'll call it risk, with custom molded helmets is the possibility of the helmet being too tight or too loose on the minifigure head. AVFigures just about nailed the fit. It's not too loose or too tight. I've had maybe 1 or 2 out of 10 be able to move the minifigure head with enough pressure applied, but honestly, I'll take that all day over a loose helmet or a super tight helmet. It really is just praises with the final product of this helmet. Now, one thing I have to mention that may be something that deters more collectors from buying a lot of these is the price per helmet. The current price is set at $4.97. That is a little steep for what I would imagine would be 99% of people. Now, I'm not bashing it because I don't know all of the logistics that went into making something like this. I know that investing in pad printing isn't cheap, and sourcing materials in this day and age is also expensive, but almost $5 per helmet is a lot. Now, I know this isn't a fair comparison, but Grandpa Clone Customs offers great pad printed helmets based on LEGO's mold, of course, but offers these helmets at $2.50. Having the molds and printing coming out of China certainly plays a role in the cheap price, I'm sure, and I have to assume that AVFigures doesn't have that same benefit that Grandpa Clone Customs has. However, it is still a factor that consumers have to consider when purchasing products. It's not anyone's fault or greed, it's just the way things work. Again, I'm assuming I'm correct about all of my assumptions I just laid out. But the price isn't terrible or deal-breaking. I would still highly recommend these helmets if you're interested in equipping your clone troopers with the best animated style Phase 2 helmets. These really are great quality products, and I hope to see AVFigures continue producing pad printed figures and accessories in the future. If you'd like to check out these helmets or more AVFigures products, please check out the links in the description of this video. Thank you for stopping by today. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, please check out my other LEGO Star Wars and other LEGO product reviews on the end screen now.